My closet had bad UX, so I fixed it. Okay, testing. For the past year, I have been thinking that I have a closet problem, but actually, I had a usability problem. I have good clothes, don't get me wrong, but the user experience of getting dressed, total chaos. Every morning I felt like I was searching for this file called final_final_, please God let this be the final.psd in a chaotic desktop folder. I kept wearing the same 2 to 3 outfits. I couldn't see what I owned. I came to the conclusion that this is not about style. This problem is about accessibility. So I decided to do what I do best and redesign the system like a UX designer. Before diving in, I had to analyze my environment, kind of like user journey mapping. Over time, I noticed patterns and behaviors. For example, spots I avoided or places that no matter how many times I would tidy them would get messy in a matter of weeks, blended in together. For example, if I had one drawer and half of it was for gym clothes and half of it was for, everyday clothes, after 2 to 3 weeks, the gym clothes and the everyday clothes would be like this puddle of folded, still tidy, but no categorization was kept after a few weeks. There were also clothes that were living rent free, out of sight, at the back of my closet or at the back of a drawer, and I didn't even remember I had those. A little bit about the physical layout of what I have to work with. I have in front of our bed, I have 3 drawers that I can utilize. They're kind of big. There is also 2 drawers beside my bed. They're tiny. And then I also have a full wall in my walk-in closet for hanging stuff mainly. There's only one rack, and then there's a little shelf at the top, which I utilize for my bags and handbags. And sometimes when I'm feeling lazy, I just throw things up there like a sweater or something and forget I did that. Which is problematic, of course, because as I'll tell you, I was cleaning up there and I found stuff that I haven't been wearing for a long time. Crazy. That's what I'm working with, and each space had some limitations. The front drawers in the front of my bed are easy to access, but it's just too big. And what happens is if I am planning for that one drawer to be half for this, half for that, it starts blending in together. Like I told you, like in the matter of weeks, my clothes start blending in with each other, and then that's not how we want to do it this time. So each space had its own limitations. The front drawers, they were easy to reach, but they would get very cluttered very easily, and there was no sense of compartment. It was basically like this huge blank canvas. The bedside ones are really small, too small for my intentions. And the walk in was basically like this black hole. Things went in there and never came back out. Don't get me started on shoes. They were totally forgotten and invisible in the walk in closet. If it's out of sight, it's out of mind, it's out of outfit. That was basically step one of my redesign, understanding why my system failed me. Because no matter how many times I tidied up or color coded things, it would end up messy again. I was redesigning the interface, the UI, by tidying up. I wasn't fixing the system. After that, I need to do some data collection. So I pulled everything out of my drawers, out of my walk-in closet, and laid them out. I took out my winter clothes from the basement, put the summer clothes away for now because I would have, yeah, we're not using them for now, so they can go rest for a bit. So once I started pulling everything out, I got to the phase the messy middle. In every project, you get to that place where it looks worse than what you started with before it gets better. Somewhere around hour 3, I got really overwhelmed and questioned everything I was doing. But like any other designer, I pushed through the chaos. And honestly, through that crisis, I discovered my real use cases. I really observed the outfits I reach out for when I'm running late, when I'm tired, when I can't be bothered. And so I decided to design for those use cases in a way to still look cute. It's funny how much you learn about yourself when you start decluttering your behavior patterns. After the data collection phase and the data analysis phase, I decided to redesign my whole system based on my daily life, my habits, and also my goals. Here are the categories for my clothes. I go to the office 3 times a week. I have a whole category dedicated to office wear. That's the first category. Second category is called cute at home. Third category is called gym wear. Fourth category is called bed only. Fifth category is called home office. So work from home days, basically. I still want to look cute. And then sixth category is called mehmuni, aka fancy parties. Seventh category is out and about. And that one has some subcategories. Different out and about situations need different clothes, obviously. And the subcategories are basically like, if I'm running errands, it's going to be different than when I'm going to a cute cafe. If I'm going on a date, like to a restaurant, it's different. So I have specifically an outfit for when I'm going to get massages because it needs to be easy to take off, easy to put on, comfortable, cozy. I clustered all of my clothes into these different categories and thought about which category should go into which drawer. From there, I assigned each zone a category based on accessibility. We'll start with the drawer in front of the bed. So, top drawer is for cute at home clothes. Left section specifically are tops and t-shirts. Middle section are bottoms. And then for the right side, I have sets. Even with being in the office 3 days a week, I'm still mostly at home. So the easier access drawer needed to be for my cute at home outfits. The second drawer, the one in the middle, that drawer is for bulky sweaters and jackets, which fall into 2 categories. One, cute at home for when I'm feeling a bit chilly, and 2, if I'm going out for errands and stuff like that, I sometimes like to wear sweaters. And then we have the bottom drawer, which was intentionally allocated all to gym wear. Why? If my gym clothes are easier to reach than my excuses, maybe I'll actually use them. Maybe that'll actually make me a gym girly. Bedside drawers also got their own upgrade. The top drawer is for bed only clothes, obviously, and the bottom drawer is for socks, shorts, and bras because when I get out of the shower, that's where I sit and get ready. And finally, the walk in closet. That became my premium section for office clothes and mehmuni clothes. The walk in closet, that's the premium section. And I've allocated it specifically for office wear and party wear, mehmuni wear. It's still a work in progress. It's still a prototype. I'm still thinking about how outfit planning should go for those categories, but that might be its own project. For now, it's tidy, it's fancy clothes or office wear, so I can hang them up and I don't have to iron everything out. At least now the walk-in closet has a purpose and it's less cluttered. Yeah, now. What I like about this system is, for one, this new way of doing things. It's like a mini test. I'm going to test it and see how much it sticks. It has clearer navigation. It has consistent mental labeling. Every drawer has a why. At least there's no more decision fatigue and no more chaos. Um, Fixing my wardrobe UX taught me a lot about self-care and user experience design. I realized I was spending a lot of time designing for work and not enough time designing for self-care. When you think about it, every part of your environment does have UX. It's your calendar, your kitchen, washroom, your relationships. And the question is, does it make your life flow easier or does it create friction? Yeah, my closet really did have bad UX, but with a little bit of self empathy and a lot of trial and error, I fixed it. Now getting dressed actually feels like a flow. If you have any tips or suggestions on how I can make this flow even better, please drop it in the comments. And I may or may not be continuing this series. So, if you want, you can also subscribe. Peace.